Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry for the delays. Some technical PC issues. Nothing new to you guys who've been watching CS for some time. You know, in fact, this is probably a short delay if you were around for that ClutchCon. I get shudders thinking about it. We won't talk about that. We're back, guys. Map 3 between UCSC and the Kings of the North themselves, Polytech, undefeated so far. And they're looking to keep that streak going, trying to make it to the top 8. This is, for any of you just tuning in, the road to DreamHack for the Collegiate Star League. The top 2 teams are going to get to go to LAN. They're going to get flown out to DreamHack Austin, playing for a nice, hefty prize pool. And, most importantly, this is the first season of CSL CSGO. So that pride of being the first team to get that trophy, get that win on LAN at the prestigious finals of DreamHack Austin. And this is it. This is who gets it into RO8. This is going to be the 5th team making it, and it's down to these 2 Titans. So this could really go either way. Obviously, Poly coming off of a huge momentum streak. We're getting straight into this pistol round. Looks like just 1 smoke actually out of Epsilon, and just armor across the board. Sayo, maybe just a little bit of misplay going for the save. It looks like he might be trying to invest in an op. Looking for that long-term investment, and, well, he's, Jojo actually in pit. He has to find a kill before going down, but Lefo, he's going to find the quick rather swiftly, and Sayo, he gets punished as well, over peaks, no bait play by them, and UCSC just going down 1 by 1. There is a gap on the smoke that Daikon could take advantage of, but not enough room to find anything with that pistol. Hard to find that insta-dink while they're crossing, and Polytech getting a huge advantage and finding that pistol round pretty easily.
Yeah, it looks like the other 2 members of UCSC, they do have the USP, so if they get instant 1-taps here, the retake is doable, but there is no kit, so the time is running out. Good crossfire setups coming in from Poly yet again. We've seen the strong crossfire plays coming in, and Neuro, he's going to get taken down too. Dust 2 is a map where we saw Poly play against UBC, but then I could see how UCSC would favor this because it's more of like a puggy, like aim-based map. But again, we saw Poly completely demolish UBC, one of the other Titans from the north.
Yeah, exactly, and that's no small feat at all either. We saw how well they were playing together, and they still have 4 out of 5 of that main roster. I believe No is that new 5th, but they've been playing. That was week 8 during the groups, so that was a couple months ago, and they're still just as consistent, if not more so, if not even more polished than ever. And it's going to take a lot from UCSC to crack this. And getting that T side as well on Dust 2 is pretty huge advantage. You can start to just snowball, get that momentum, build that bank up. And it's really scary when you have some confident terrorists just bulldozing their way into a site.
Yeah, it looks like UCSC, they did force buy though, so full-on pistol armor. The terrorists have to be very careful when they take this, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to play their slow defaults. On Dust 2, the defaults are very common. 1 long, 3 tons, and then the last one spotting mid, and then coming up to mid. So you clear out cat together, you take mid control, and then after you take control of the map, you decide what to do, and that's exactly what Poly's doing. But they are running out of time though. 35 seconds left, and Quantum gets the first pick. It looks like they are going to go for a B split.
Oh no, Neuro finds that CZ kill, and they fall right into the crosshair, but Epsilon actually able to trade, giving that favor back to Poly. HQZ as well with the P250. And actually, we're going to see Daikon just push through the smoke, completely oblivious. And yeah, he's not going to do anything with that. Quantum, able to find 1 kill. He's going to have to win this 1-on-3. Thankfully, he has an AK and armor, even helmet armor to work with. He actually gets flashed, falls behind the box. Well played by him, able to evade the scout here on HQZ. And thankfully, he has this AK to work with. Not a lot of time, no kit as well. So he's going to have to find this really quick. Epsilon from underneath window gets the better of him, so Poly winning the round they really should, and starting to extend that lead, build up that bank, and winning what was a really scary buy round, and especially by Neuro finding that kill.
Yeah, that kind of did look scary because Quantum got that entry, and then Neuro got a kill onto B side as well. But nevertheless, Poly does win that round, and because UCSC, they forced up on that second round, they're not going to have any ops on their CT side next round. On top of that, they're not going to have a lot of utilities either. So, very likely that Poly actually goes up 5-0. I'll call that right now. Poly, they're going to go up 5-0. on
And
to start off the-
commentator's curse, right? With the first pick on UCSC, obviously not too much to worry about. That's really the only investment aside from 2P250s, no armor or anything. So aim punch is going to be a huge deal in this round. And Yasu, nice little HE to clear out that corner on door. Looks like he wants to go for a flash as well. And yeah, he's going to do just that. Smoke as well. Never seen that smoke before. I'm guessing that was a little bit of a flub, but nonetheless, they're still up a man. Not a big deal for them. And well, HQZ, he's actually on the slow take. He's actually going to be able to spot these players. He's going for the spray onto Quantum. Finally connects, finds the kill. I think he spotted JoJo as well, so he's just going to play here from Suicide. Doesn't really have to commit. He's pretty much choked off the entire flank from UCSC. They don't have to worry about long. He's going to find another easy kill, and no big deal for them. They lost the first kill, but from then on out, they just cleaned up. And yeah, just looking really polished for Polytech, and I think you might be right. Definitely could see that 5-0. Obviously, we're coming into this rifle round. Based off like Poly's style so far, we're seeing them very calculated, take cat, not really put a lot of pressure long. What would you do if you were UCSC?
Well, it's good. UCSC, they are not going to have a lot of utilities, and they're not going to be able to work picks as well because they don't have that op site getting tagged up. I would probably go for like a B push, maybe grab some information here, but actually, it looks like a heavy B presence here. I think if you're UCSC, you do kind of have to push somewhere together, work for trades, but UCSC, they are just going to opt to take aim duels all across the map, and I think Poly, if they look at Poly's utilities, they have full utilities going on. I think they have a good shot at winning this gun round.
Well, they're going to boost over the smoke. Yep, they're going to do just that. A flub smoke
boost
on the CT side. Easy boost. How does he not spot Neuro? Obviously, we're seeing a lot more information on the smoke, so it's a little bit of a GoTV glitch. And yeah, Neuro just crouching. It looks like he's cleared it, and he pulls out the pistol. He has the op. This is not the gun you want to have out, but thankfully, no. He's going to be able to, rescue Poly in that situation. It was looking really scary. Neuro somehow not getting spotted throughout all that. Obviously, they're going to get the site, and this is going to be a 4v5 retake. Still kind of scary for Poly considering they have to go against 4, but again, B-site is one of the hardest to retake. Although we've seen Poly be able to do it, I don't know if UCSC is going to be able to do it quite as effectively, and Bomb only just going down, 35 seconds on the clock. Quite a bit of time for UCSC to work with, but it kind of looks like they just want to go for exits. Like you said, they have no utilities to work with. The one flash on Quantum, and actually, it looks like they are setting up to take this. That one flash, it flashes 2 of the players, but No finds 1 kill. Epsilon with the other, finally traded by Quantum, and now it's down to a 1-on-3. Not much he can do. Quantum goes down, and Polytech holding that B-site perfectly. Even though 2 players got flashed, the other 3 were ready, on point, stopped the push before it could get onto site and start to get out of control. And I think we're starting to see that come true. 5-0 lead most likely now in favor of Poly.
Yeah, Dust 2 is especially a map where people don't force as much on that second round just because you could get ops and you could really get that utility, because it's very easy if you lose that pistol and you force up on that second round, you lose that next gun round. It's so common and it happens all the time. And UCSC, they are going to pay the price for forcing up on that second round. No ops, again, no utilities. This should be another free round, 5-0 start. And look at the double ops coming out from the terrace already. Again, a map where it's a little bit more common where you see like the double op on the T side. Works pretty well, and hopefully they can survive this round without any losses.
Yeah, Lefu, he's going to get a lot of information out mid. Not really being contested either here from CT, and Sayo, he gets spotted. Starts getting pre-fired, he starts to fall back, but thankfully he'll be able to save his life, at least just a little bit longer, most likely just delaying the inevitable. And we'll see if Yasu can find anything. He's scoping in, looking on site, hasn't spotted Daikon yet, and 2 ops looking for picks here from Cat. Very unconventional play, but it may very well work out. It is an anti-eco. Worst case scenario, they should only lose 1 of these offers, but playing the range to perfection, Yasu ends up getting the kill with the pistol, jumping over the Molotov, dying to his own fire. And, I called one of the oppers going down, but not in that kind of fashion, dying to himself. So a little bit of a misplay. Luckily, they recover the op in the end. Not a big loss for them. And immediately, Quantum goes for the op. Double op setup.
Double op.
Neuro immediately drops it for his teammate. So we're going to see most likely Daikon, who I believe is opt in the past. So it's probably going to be Daikon and Quantum. We're seeing that double op, 2v2 op setup. This is very common once both teams start to build up a bank. How do you counter 2 ops? You buy 2 ops yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, this fast play. Look at this.
Yeah. They
Yasu
actually got the count.
In. just running in with the Tech 9. No fear out of these guys. Polytech are just indomitable. I can't say it enough. This team is just playing so pristine now on Dust 2. If you want a puggy map UCSC, we'll take it. We'll pug you. We'll win these scrims. But actually, JoJo, he's going to counter back, bring it back down to a 3v3. This is not an impossible retake, but again, you get the B site like this, and you have an op now. This is extremely convincing for Polytech. Thankfully, they actually smoke off tunnel. It's going to commit HQZ to do this. Daikon with an insane off play. If he can stay alive just a bit longer, he can't. Tech 9 on HQZ is going to punish him. JoJo has to go huge. He finds the first kill, but HQZ cleans up in the end. And now Polytech get the 6-0 lead. Just so convincing right now. I can't see UCSC winning this.
Huge mistake coming in from UCSC. They actually didn't smoke or nade mid. They were trying to bait the op cross. They were trying to bait the op shot, and the opper's just like, hey, no one's crossing B, no one's crossing B. Okay, very late B, just run out B. I think you guys could take this. And that's exactly what happened. UCSC finally using a smoke to cross, but you know, where was that smoke last round? They basically gave away a free round when they had double ops invested.
Yeah, such an interesting mindset from UCSC. Obviously, a bit flustered, and you know they're not as cohesive in their team synergy, and we're gonna start to see that kind of take on a life of its own if they can't find their ground. You know, they at the very least in this position need to get 4 or 5 rounds CT side, and that's at the least. That's still such a convincing storyline for Poly, and no. Such great awareness, checking the door at just the perfect timing, and well, now he's looking to see if he can find this kill onto Daikon. Just this whole team is so consistent. They not only have the technical game down, but their mental game is so powerful as well. And this is more than just a team scrimming against another. This is a team that knows what they're doing. And you know, UCSC, they got that first map on Cobble, but it's just this Dust 2 and Mirage as well. Just taking on a whole life of its own.
Yeah, Poly, I think they honestly, they look a little bit pissed off. I mean, they were undefeated, they never dropped the map, and UCSC, they drew first blood. I mean, Poly doesn't know what it feels like to lose, and they finally lost. It looks like it woken up the beast. After taking a convincing win on Mirage, they're gonna take a convincing 7-0 lead. And can JoJo actually save this AK? No, Epsilon with an instant headshot. Oh, just rubbing the salt in the wound right there. Yeah,
no, that's exactly correct. And 7-0 now for Poly. They still have retained these 2 ops. Ever since they invested on that 5th round, they've just kept it on board, not losing any money. In fact, they probably have enough money to pretty much buy out this game. I can't see them losing 8 in a row, but you know, it's entirely possible. Counter-Strike is definitely a round-by-round game, but I don't know if UCSC has that mentality right now. It's so hard to imagine yourself getting back into it when you're down this low. You really have to have the composure, and this is where we're gonna see, you know, the Titans separate themselves from just regular old Counter-Strike teams. Not to fault UCSC, they've been playing so well and looked really strong on Cobblestone, but they really have to get their game together on Dust 2. And here comes that B execute. Sayo in a great position. He hit the jump here onto the double box, so he'll very easily be able to get a kill and fall back. It's also a headshot angle, so it's definitely a great position no matter what you're playing against. And if you're going to anchor the B, it's a really awesome. You can find that kill, fall back, and JoJo's in a great position to trade and follow up. So great setup on B, and that's what it looks like it's going to be. It's B split out mid. Finally, Daikon finding that entry kill for UCSC, but quickly gets traded by Epsilon, and he's just raging, just storming out. But JoJo turns around just in time, and here's Sayo. Finds the first kill, falls out. Can he find the second spray down? No, Yasu trades, and thankfully they still have a man advantage, but only 15 seconds left. And Poly, they're going to have to make a big play right now to win this. They're trying to cross. HQZ's trying to even it out for his team, but 10 seconds now. Goes for the wall bang. 7 seconds. The bomb isn't going to go down. They're just committing to doing as much damage as possible at this point. They know they can. Oh, they win it! HQZ! Insane play! Triple kill for him. Finds the off in a double P250. 3 seconds, maybe, on the clock, and they just deathmatch it. I can't believe it.
I think that's the difference you see between UCSC and Poly. Poly in that kind of situation, we've seen them count like time and time again where they don't peek, they play smart, but then you could see UCSC, they're just taking out like they're just taking all these aim battles, despite the fact that if they just hold, they win. Like literally, there was no way Poly could have won because they weren't getting the plant down, but. I mean, you could see the mistakes coming in from UCSC, the same mistakes that Poly would not make. And that's gonna be the difference between these two teams.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, a play that wouldn't be possible by any other team but Poly. They've just shown themselves to be that the team to beat right now. Like they're hands down the favorite to win DreamHack, and well, this map is no exception to that. Up 8-0, looking for their 9th round in a row. You know, we're gonna have to see UCSC just win every round from here on out to even have a chance.
Yeah, UCSC is actually kind of full tilted. At this point, they just want to win a round, and it looks like the decision making, like right here, Quantum should be an automatic save right there. But I mean, not going down, people running through smokes. I think UCSC, there is a bit of tilt going on their team. Yeah, at this point, even if they win one round, it's very likely that they could even get reset the next round. So, I mean, like you said, they have to win. I think, honestly, they have to win the rest. I think they have to just win out from here. But I don't know, man. Poly, they are looking solid. They've woken up.
Yeah, woken the beast. Definitely couldn't put it better myself. And Sayo, he's going to be a little bit more aggressive towards the upper ton this time. Switching up his positioning. He was successful in that last hold, but it was just individual play out of HQZ. Finding the op kill, following up with a double P250, and just single-handedly winning a round that they really, it looked like they couldn't have. And that such an intelligent play, right? To just screw the bomb plant. Why don't I just kill them? They're right here. And yeah, that's the type of play that we're going to see top players making. And finally, Quantum, he's going to get an advantage again for his team. It's starting to sound like a broken record as UCSC. They've done this before. They've found these entries, and it just falls apart. Like, they can't hold these choke points effectively enough, and it eventually goes down to a 4v4, 3v4, and it starts to just take on a life of its own. This Molotov again for Lefu. That'll be able to clear out the site. Now he doesn't have to worry about one of the positions to watch. And it looks like they do want to go for this cat push. They've only done this once so far, so the nades are going to give it away. The CT's already rotating. UCSC completely aware of this take. And again, Lefu, we're just seeing this man so consistent. Finds that kill. Looking for this kill. Pre-fires into Goose even. So that Molotov gave him so much information, but that's not going to be enough. Epsilon, he's going to go for the fake plant. Trying to draw out someone, and Neuro, he's going to take the bait. So close to ramp. Nice jump shot, but unable to hit it. And he had the right idea, and UCSC, though, they're going to get their first round. It was starting to look really scary yet again for them, but they definitely kept it together. They were aware of the cat push before it happened and rotated early enough to stop it in its tracks.
Yep, and now UCSC, they fully invested into this round. They don't have a lot of money to work with if they lose. Fortunately, they do have double ops, though, and they do have full utilities going in.
Look at this.
And actually, look at B rush. Yeah, it's gonna be a fast B. Oh no, they cancel on the Molotov. Yeah, good call.
I thought they were gonna commit. Just knowing Poly's playstyle, right? Like, they're that passive aggressive. They'll play passive time and time again, and you're expecting the slow play, and suddenly they'll just burst right out and catch you off guard. So, you know, it wouldn't have surprised me if they had a smoke at the ready for that. Obviously not expecting an immediate molly buy after round, but they are going to do it. Are they going to go for this boost? No! Jojo actually finds the spam through, does a ton of damage as well on Epsilon. So the jig is up for them. 2 players on B, completely committed to the site, but No finds that kill. Really important op shot. I don't know if they're going to clear fence quick enough. Epsilon, you have to be aware he's not going to clear it. Sayo, he gets the jump on him, but quickly traded out. And now there's a fast door player, but HQC.
Oh my god.
Just in time. Finds that kill, and this whole team is just lighting it up right now. I am kind of out of words for Polytech. They're performing just optimally, like completely optimally. There's no other word to describe it.
Massive shots, like everyone from Poly, they're just hitting their shots. No, I think with a massive 3K, just hit some ridiculous shots. I don't know if Daniil was on him, but I mean, if that's like a highlight play right there. And like you said, just Poly, they are looking solid. They look indomitable. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how solid they are.
Yeah, definitely, and they don't even have Crazy Edwin Jr. in the server, so it's it's hard to imagine they're this crazy, but they're pulling it off, forcing another save onto UCSC. So just they give them a little hope. They throw them the bait. They're like, here, UCSC, do you like the taste? How's victory taste? Just kidding. Bam, take it back. 10-1 lead. Poly just completely ravaging, and it's just looking like an entirely different team. Cobble looked shaky. Some of their plays weren't the best. They made a few mistakes here and there. You know, dropping the bomb in the back of A-Halls, small things like that. Kind of those small little mistakes led to the UCSC victory, but they're not making any of those today. Like you said, No with a sick individual play, finding 2 entries onto the B site, completely stopping any chance of them holding on to the B bomb site. And again, just complete skill gap. Like it's not even close. It's not even aim battles, it's just team battles. And when you have a team that's this consistent across the board, when every player can clutch, it looks like this. Like, it's not even close. Sayo, he's going to look for low information. He's going to find a lot. Pushes through upper tunnel, able to clear it. That's going to be able to call for the rotate, and the CTs are already here. Quantum, he is boosted up. It looks like he doesn't want to commit to this rotate, and thankfully, Dion will be able to find that first kill, but gets traded out quickly by No. We've seen how incredible he can play. He whips out the Tech 9, and he finds, actually, it's going to be Lefu that finds that kill onto Flat. So it's now down to a 3v3, and again, they get 2 entries, and it just falls apart. Quantum, he's going to have to go big. Finds the first kill. I don't know what No.'s doing jumping on that box. Extremely cocky plays now coming out, and they're going to get punished for it. UCSC finding a second round in the half, giving them a little life, but definitely a little bit overzealous of a play out of No to jump on top of that box.
Yeah, maybe Poly was getting a little bit cocky. I'm not sure what they were going for. But look at Poly's money, because they're constantly buying ops. I mean, they're not just buying 1, they're buying like 2 ops, you know, sometimes even 3 ops. So they're actually kind of broke. They're going to force up, but it's not a good buy from them. They're actually really surprised, considering they won 9 freaking rounds in a row. They lose 2 rounds, and now they're out of money. Yeah, maybe a little bit of cockiness coming into them. Might end up biting them in the butt. But look, oh, this fast B play that you were talking about.
Oh, here it is. Tech 9, Yasu finding that first entry. Thankfully, I was going to be able to find something, but he's trapped behind the site. He can only find one. Such a terrible position for an AWP, especially when you're getting rushed down like that with Tech 9's. Quantum, he will find a nice little shot there, and it looked like that was actually a wall bang through the door, so I wasn't watching his perspective, unable to see exactly what happened, and HE is just raining in, tons of damage done onto Epsilon and Yasu. So this should be an easy retake, but Epsilon with the nice Tech 9 shot from underneath the window, playing that one and done spot to perfection, and Yasu, he's going to have to go big before going down. Only 7 HP, and a little bit of cluttered play, and it falls apart! Polytech, they win the 4-spy round! What?
Oh man, there has to be tilts. There has to be a lot of tilts going on that UCSC team. I mean, that was a scattered buy coming in from Poly, just straight up B rush, and UCSC, they were just caught off guard by a simple B rush, and now they're back to a scattered buy of their own. I mean, they need these last 2 rounds to even be somewhat competitive. I mean, they need to win these last 2 and then win the pistol. So UCSC, they are on their last strings.
Yeah, to say the least. 2 rounds to work with. Completely desperate 4-spy right now, and this is a plow. This is you know, a name only given to Virtus Pro, but Poly just looking like a plow right now in the CSL. It's just a momentum train that you can't stop, and it's a game of confidence, right? I think Kenny S first brought it to popularity. Everyone's known it. Counter-Strike is, you know, in a lot of these esports are just a game of confidence. UCSC getting a little bit of their own. Unfortunately, a little HP disadvantage, but they're actually up 2 players. Yasu going for the plant, finds the kill. 2 players lit actually coming up ramp, but he actually gets flanked by Sayo. And UCSC, great hold on the A site, perfect crossfire from ramp. Even though all 3 of their players got below 25 HP, they held their own, they won their aim battles, and they had great timing. Good distraction play. It looked like they were really communicating there at ramp, trying to distract the Opera on site. Fired a couple pop shots. focused his attention toward ramp, and then the cat player peaked. So if UCSC maybe were playing like this earlier in the game, it could be a lot closer of a scoreline. And you never know. This could be just one of those games where both teams aren't very strong on CT side, and we could actually have a close game. It's honestly hard to tell. We haven't seen this matchup between them. We did see Polytech play incredibly well on Dust 2 previously against UBC, but this is a whole different team, a whole different matchup. And if UCSC can get these last 2 rounds and a half, it could be confidence for them. But Epsilon, he swats him down, says no, gets 2 quick entries onto long, and there's only 1 player left to defend this site. We're going to have to see JoJo go huge. He's biding his time, playing a sick angle, finds the first shot, lines it up, finds the second one. It's actually Sayo to find the kill in the end, and Yasu, he finally chimes in. So it's still a 3v2, advantage for Poly. They're going to get the bomb down very easily. And
look at this flank.
Rotate. So I don't know. There's nothing they can do. HQZ completely flanks them, catches them off guard, double kill in the end, and a 12-3 scoreline for Polytech. This is tough. At the very least, if UCSC got that last round, they might have a little bit of momentum to carry into the pistol and make this look like an even game. But it's hard to be rooting for UCSC right now. It must feel bad to be a fan of UCSC.
Yeah, UCSC, they have to pull a reverse poly and win 5-0. So basically, they have to win the pistol, the consequent rounds, and then they got to win the first gun round. So if they want to make it competitive, they need to start off strong 5-0. It looks like they are going to try to do that with 2 nice entries out onto long. So the other 3 players are going to be coming in from CT. No, actually, UCSC, they're actually rotating out, leaving 1 player in pit. But, oh, they must have heard the death cam. Or no, they're actually just waiting for the cross. So they know no one's crossed yet. So Poly, they are aware of what's going on.
Yeah, definitely catching the mid-rotate. HQZ is not going to allow them to pull a fake like that, and he finds shots like that. Those are game-winning. Those are game-winning shots, especially on a pistol round as important as this. We're going to have to see JoJo go huge. He's trying to use the USP to his advantage, but unable to find that 1-tap. Only dropping Lefu down to 70, and this is definitely a dire situation. Epsilon, he spots JoJo on the flank, so now they have to watch 2 different angles, but he's just going to fall back really intelligently. Thankfully, JoJo able to find the kill here on CT ramp, but it's going to be HQZ holding this choke point, finds another 1-tap, and this man just playing so perfect. Finds 4 kills, plays that mid-rotate position, doesn't commit to that complete rotation towards A, plays mid, finds 2 kills, rotates to cat, finds 2 more. Just perfectly on point, and immediately buys the AUG, because why not? When you're this ahead, you go for those big rifles. You don't want to lose this lead. You don't want to lose to this Tech 9 armor that's coming their way. And actually a really good buy, especially with a spawn like that, almost finds that insta-kill down suicide. So nearly punishing JoJo for a little bit of an overzealous play, and he will be able to spot the boost, spots the head just in time, doing so much damage with this AUG, drops JoJo down to 24 HP. But this could be actually a fast mid play. It looks like the smoke will be coming out. HQZ has to decide. Nice boost onto the box. So we should be able to spot their heads just at the end here. And they're actually pre-firing. Definitely aware of how Poly played. Definitely a well-researched team. Only spotting Quantum in the end, but Polytech with the P90 completely destroying it. And it's actually down to a 2v2. So Yasu just barely evening that out in the end.
Yeah, this is doable for Santa Cruz, and they absolutely have to win. If they lose this, I mean, it's over. I mean, already they are behind 10 rounds, and it looks like, who is that on the long flank? Yasu, he's on a huge flank here. He's going to get taken down, though, so at least they won the anti-eco, so if you lose the pistol and then win the anti-eco, that's not that bad either, because you completely reset the counter-terror. So the counter-terrors, they are going to go on a double save here. Actually, they're going to force up. So they are just going to have pistols, but this might entice a full save next round into no op into their gun round. So if UCSC, if they could win this round and then they could win the consequent rounds, maybe a little bit of a comeback coming in. We'll see.
All right, UCSC win it. 16-13, calling it now. You know what?
Nope.
Never mind.
Epsilon's
like, yeah, he just smacks him. HQZ with the P250, no armor. And UCSC get a little bit, again, they get a little taste. They get a taste of victory. They're like, ooh, is this what victory tastes like? I'm so confident, I'm going to just rush down mid, take cat. Nope. HQZ's there, smacks him with the P250. Epsilon just pushes straight into tunnels, finds 2 kills, picks up a rifle as well. And this is definitely spelling doom now. for the UCSC side. They are desperate right now. Thankfully, they do have 2 rifles left, and there's only 3 sets of armor actually. So HQZ is going to be the easiest kill they can get. This is definitely a hard take. They're completely predicting this A. They don't even have a smoke for cross. And actually, they flubbed the one smoke they had, so
Yep.
this is pretty much lights out now. We're on the edge of 14 for Polytech. They get it in the end, and on a forced buy, they win it. It's just the theme of this game. Forced buys for Poly for days. They just can't stop.
And they've been trading rounds. If you actually press tab, it's just like trading rounds for the past like 10 rounds or so. So it's been a game of force buys pretty much. Sloppy buys coming in from both sides, but obviously the force buys are working. Full on B rush coming in. Oh, the nades and the mollies. At least they smoke out the molly, but they have to run through the smoke. And Epsilon says, "See ya. Get the heck out of my sight, man." Polytech running in the UCSC just running into the grinder. Polytech sends them back to their graves, losing nobody. Epsilon getting 4 kills on that spray down, and it is match point for UCSC.
Yep, this is definitely not what I expected. It was starting to look like Poly just building up that momentum for Mirage. I did expect them to get this map, but not this kind of scoreline. No way. UCSC is better than this, and they're definitely getting outplayed. Like, there's just so many individual players that are making these huge momentum swings throughout rounds. Even when the UCSC are getting these openings, like, it just falls apart for them. They're not setting up well enough to trade, especially with a team like Poly. And this is the gravestone being planted down. Unfortunately, Santa Cruz, they're out of playoffs. They will not be making it onto RO8, but Polytech from Quebec, they will be moving on. Kings of the North, they've been that elusive team for so long, people. They've been salivating. They wanted a taste. What are Poly playing like? We've seen one game, you know. You look them up on YouTube, there's like 2 VODs maybe. There's not a lot. There's not a lot to research. You don't know what they're doing. You know, they're these French players that traveled from Europe, moved to Quebec for university, 3 brothers on the team, and that, you know, there's so many factors that could decide why this team is great. But at the end of the day, they're playing smart, really articulate Counter-Strike, and that's going to win in the end.
Yeah, UCSC, obviously they came out prepared for Cobblestone. They surprised us by taking the first map, but then Polytech, they woke up. They just said, "Yo, we're better than this. I can't believe we lost the first map. We're pissed off. Let's go." And you can see, starting on Mirage, I mean, Polytech, they really showed us why they are one of the favorites. So dropping one game, that's actually dropping that game in itself. I think that was a monumental task. They were undefeated to that point. So UCSC, they played their hearts out. They played well, but Polytech, they come out ahead in the end.
Yeah, definitely. And what a better way to end the night, right? Just some really sick Counter-Strike out of Poly. UCSC, they put up a good fight on Cobble. They ended up winning it just barely in the end. But that'll be it for tonight, guys. We may actually have another special night tomorrow. It's still up in the air. We're trying to work on scheduling. So, you know, we might be able to cover it. We're really just trying to cover as many of the Ro16 matches as possible, because these are the people that'll make the top 8, the grade 8, the hateful 8, whatever you want to call it. So we're trying to cover as much as possible. So potentially tomorrow night we could have UC Davis versus Ryerson, but for sure we'll be back on Wednesday like our normal schedule. Georgia Tech versus USC, and McEwen versus UCLA. So definitely tune in, guys. Hit up our social medias at Twitter and Facebook at Collegiate CSGO. The Asus giveaway is over. You can still check out the website. It's now down to how many views you can get, and the voting begins. So thank you for everyone who's entered. Thank you to Asus and Twitch, huge sponsors for us. This is our first season of Counter-Strike. We've seen just huge growth. So thank you to you guys, loyal fans, everyone viewing. Hit that follow button. Again, come Saturday, it'll be time for RO8, so please be tuned for that as well. We'll be done with the RO16 come this weekend. You can follow me on Twitter at JZilk. Follow my boy Will at CSL What's Wrong. And that'll be it for tonight, guys. So thanks for viewing. You know, maybe turn off ad block if you want to. It's up to you. It would help us out. And have a good rest of your week. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow night. Regardless, we'll see you Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a few days.
Peace.
Now for our throwback. Released over 4 years ago and still just as amazing as when it first came out, here is 2/3 with Bring It Back. To vote for next week's throwback, head over to live.monstercat.com during our podcast stream.